Good. Nothing here. All done?
I've been walking in the same way.
I'm born and raised in Hershey, so this has been my hometown for 50 plus years. Bob's family owns this farm. We built this home before we got married. Miss M is now 18 and is our wild thing, although you won't know it right now. She's a little tired. She is a senior at Central Dauphin High School.
Emily needs 24/7 care. She's nonverbal. She can't walk. She's fed with a G-tube, and she gets breathing treatments every 4 hours, which consist of a cough-relator, a thorough vest, which shakes her, and she's on BiPAP all night. Emily has a little, on the back of her chair, she has an oxygen tank in case she would need oxygen. She has a suction pump in case she needs suction. So she'll aspirate, she aspirates, she has a Nissen wrap. She's very heavily medicated of the different meds. Sometimes I feel like I'm a pharmacy at night when I'm pulling them up and filling all these out. Emily was born like any other baby was born. She had trouble nursing at first, and I noticed the other kids, I noticed her, and she wasn't meeting the goals the other kids were doing. We went down to Johns Hopkins, and Dr. Naidu said to Jenny, she said, "What do you think's wrong with her?" And Jenny said, "I think she has Rett syndrome." And she said, "I think you're right."
Rett syndrome is a neurodegenerative disorder. It has a genetic marker, the MECP gene, so you can do genetic testing for it. With Rett syndrome, you have to have a number of clinical features. The kids should have a normal birth history. They typically progress normally in the early toddler age. But then what happens is, it primarily affects girls. You start to have a loss of skills. So you'll notice that children lose language skills, they'll lose motor skills. There's some stereotypical hand motions, ringing hand motions, progressive loss of previously obtained skills. Girls can go on to have seizures and other chronic health needs. And unfortunately, most times by the time kids are teenagers, they've lost all motor skills and no longer are independent with daily activities.
Now we have a diagnosis, but no one knew how to treat Rett syndrome. They could treat symptoms, but no one had any ideas on how to cure it. So we've learned a lot, sometimes by mistake. She never really hit many milestones. She had a few, such as being able to use her hands, grasping, being able to babble. And we heard a few words, sort of. We swear her first word was bacon.
That's what it sounded like.
It sure sounded like bacon. And it's funny because we don't eat bacon. Emily got in trouble at school and wound up in the principal's office. And that's good because our kid did something normal. Now, if Laura, her sister, did that, she'd be in huge trouble. Now, Emily was not wanting to take a test at school, and she was angry because she got booted out of the regular ed class. So when she got pulled out of the room, she got angry and upset and basically told her teacher she wasn't going to take it by crossing her eyes and doing raspberries. And she was told if she didn't straighten out, she was going to the principal's office, and she didn't, and that's where she wound up. Yeah, so my kid got in trouble. I was happy about it.
There's a lot of good moments, like even she's sick, and when she took communion, it was good to see.
Emily made her first communion even with pneumonia. She was on oxygen and not feeling so good, but she was determined she was going to wear that beautiful white dress and that veil.
Yep.
We even said to her she had choices. She could have the priest come here or she could go another day. Absolutely not. She was determined. So up the aisle she went with not the little tank, the huge tank.
So the little ones don't last long enough.
Yeah.
They had a big tank.
Children waiting for the day.
Are we making the best medical choices? I think we're doing okay. Are we keeping her in a bubble? No, we're not going to do that. She wants to live and enjoy life.
I think the problem, well, the thing is with us.
The problem with us?
Well, we got a problem, but I think the thing is with us. We know Emily's not going to be fixed.
We're okay with that.
We're okay. We accept that.
Yeah.
Some of these parents want doctors and people to fix their child. You know, it's not going to happen. You have to accept your child for the way she is and what you want to do. You know, she's 18 years old. Is it too late? No. But is it likely? Who knows? You know, it should be good.
What has helped us? I think it's just a level of acceptance as to this is where we're at, and we can either make the best of it or we can just choose to stay in pain and not move on.
Right.
And like Emily, who is actually very inspirational to us, is that she chooses to fight and move on and needs us to do the same. So we accept her for where she's at.
You can't take care of Emily if you're not strong.
No.
You gotta stay strong. And when you stay strong, she stays strong.
Mm-hmm.
She can sense when something's wrong. I mean, she can't tell you, but she can sense if it's something
Our little
wrong.
blonde barometer.
I mean, she has a mind. She can sense it.
We don't have any special medical knowledge other than I have my mommy's degree, my MD. And it all comes down to respect and seeing yourself as part of the team, and that recognizing that you may not have all the answers, but you may be able to get those answers by putting all of those pieces together, by including everyone's input and being respectful about that. We've found that the world is not necessarily as accommodating as we would like it to be. So we've had to learn to not be as angry about that.
Wish I was special.
When she came out of the operating room, they took up this, I think she was on the 5th floor. We started down a hallway and they stopped us and they took us to another room and they said we had some problems, but didn't tell us what the problems were. You've seen nurses running, you've seen doctors running, and you know, we sort of figured that was Emily.
It's okay. That was real painful because we were told at that point to plan for the worst, that they did not anticipate that she was going to make it. There was just an awful sense of shock and such helplessness, and he's whispering in her ear, if it's time for you to go, honey, it's okay. And I'm like, no, it's not. You're to listen to mom. You're to stay here. Being told that she's 6 months to a year, and to prepare for that, how do you prepare for that?
Right, exactly.
You can't. I mean, there's only so much you can do. Plan a funeral? Yes, we did that. Pay for a funeral? Yeah, we did that. But you can't prepare yourself for living every day and waiting for it to happen. And we finally, once we got past the shock, we decided, we made choices. We made choices not to keep her in a bubble and right. to live our lives as normally as we possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
She's strong, she's determined, she's loved, and she's got a lot more things she wants to do. She's planning on going to prom. She's going to graduate. There's things she needs and wants to do. So whatever that is, we're going to help her do it.
Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want, you're so very special.